There are hundreds of people who are direct beneficiaries of his actions over the years. Very, very positive contributor to our community. It was really with a great degree of distress that I learned that Bryant's studio and inadvertently also his family housing were in jeopardy here. And I knew that the opportunity to present to you would bring some results. I'd like to first of all address the issues of complaints. There have been, in fact, no complaints. The people who are next door to the studio, first of all, they are in support of Bryant and have voiced that. And the other thing too is that Bryant's studio is fully soundproofed, right? Something that I myself asked him about. And in fact, we've been outside and we understand that there is no sound traveling from this studio. So in other words, the issue of complaints is not really one that is valid, and it's erroneous. So then I'd like to also address the enormous community value that Bryant and his studio pose in this case. He's also volunteered to produce some results in terms of developing community education initiatives, right? And those have been directly, those offers have been directly made. The tenants who reside adjacent to the studio did not corroborate these complaints of noise. At no time has TCHC acknowledged the significance of the fact that the income earned from B3 not only pays rent for B3, but also for Mr. Didier's primary market rent residence. Thus, the same landlord is knowingly undermining its own tenants' security and tenure. Surely, according to TCHC's mandate and laws regarding social housing, Mr. Didier's rights to maintain a livelihood that maintains his housing are no less important than the so-called complaint of a tenant who has no just cause to claim any harm. Furthermore, Mr. Didier's efforts to negotiate a mutually positive solution and add further value to otherwise derelict space, either in B3 or B5, by offering to operate a non-profit music program for TCHC tenants, for which he is amply qualified, have been completely ignored. This is also not in keeping with TCHC's mandate, nor does it reflect tenants' first philosophy, nor the stated intention of the city to support working musicians and the music industry, which incidentally is a growing revenue maker here in this city and will soon be understood to be of much, much greater value than most people understand it to be today. The fact is that the law is not clear on whether premises used primarily for creative production are necessarily commercial, given that much of what occurs in the studio is not paid and all client visits are by appointment only. It is not open to the public, and Bryant has no employees, although he has mentored young engineers and musicians over the years. Not what one would consider to be traditional, commercial enterprise. Therefore, it should be treated in a different manner. Furthermore, since 2010, the studio has benefited musicians, numerous TCHC tenants, mostly youth, high school students, and community program participants. From Jane and Finch, St. Jamestown, Regent Park, and Swansea Mews, to name a few. Many of the youth who were able to work with Bryant have created and recorded songs and CDs of their own work to take home and to share with others. He has also set up equipment from his studio.
Excuse me, Tom.
Yes.
Just you're at the 5-minute mark, so
okay.
Wrap up. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, the idea has been conveyed. I hope that you'll take this very seriously, that there are hundreds of people, actually thousands of beneficiaries from the work that Brian is doing, and that if his security could be ensured, if you could do everything in your power to do that, we would all be much obliged. Thank you.